was scene, and I would come off the set, and everybody said, "Hey, you did a great job," and then I would get a slap across the face, or taken into the dressing room and get a spanking or verbal tongue lashing or whatever, and she would just physically, she would grab my hair and, just shake me, and just made life a living hell for the whole 4 years. And my uncle was very abusive too.
Did you say, "Mom, I hate this, I don't want to do this anymore"?
Unfortunately, I never told my mom about the problems on the set, because my aunt and uncle threatened me with physical abuse if I revealed that to her. So I was terrified and intimidated of everybody on the set, the production people, my aunt and uncle. I mean, they just made my life a living hell, all of them. The cast was wonderful. I want to make that very clear up front. The cast was wonderful. Herb Anderson, Gloria Henry, Jeannie Russell, all wonderful people and very, very supportive of me. I don't think they weren't really aware of all of the physical abuse. They were, very aware that there were problems, and they could tell that I was an unhappy child, and that I only came alive and became this outgoing, happy little boy when I was in front of the camera. But when I was, off the camera, away from the camera, and around the stage, I was a very quiet, introverted kid, and they realized that there were a lot of problems. I had a fascination with a science fiction film called Village of the Damned, which was a science fiction classic about these blonde children who had this power where they could look at people and take control of their minds and make them do horrible things to themselves. And I wanted to do that to people. I wanted to hurt people, and I wanted to cause them the pain that they were causing me. I wanted revenge. And I remember when I would get my scripts, I used to draw in the back of my scripts, and I'd draw horrible pictures of people, especially like the production people, and I would have their names written down on the drawings. People in guillotines, people hanging, people on fire. Just horrible drawings of people being tortured and killed.
And how old were you?
I was 7, 8, 9. And nobody, nobody ever bothered to look in the script and look at these pictures and say, here is a child that is in real deep psychological trouble.
When Dennis the Menace was canceled in 1963, North acted in a few movies and starred in a short-lived TV series called Maya.
I'm Terry Bowen. You're from America? I came here to live with my father. Only they want to catch me and send me home.
But by 1970, North's career had pretty well dried up. Typecast and rejected by Hollywood, Jay North was an out-of-work former child star with no marketable skills. He spent the next decade of his life deeply depressed, living in seclusion.
Did you ever consider killing yourself?
There were many times when I thought of suicide, yeah. There were many times when I thought, I can't deal with this pain anymore that's inside of me. And there were many times that I contemplated it.
Obviously, this was an extremely painful experience for you. What kind of advice would you give other parents or other kids who want to get into this business?
Well, Paul Peterson, my friend, who was on the Donna Reed show, said something very important about parents of kids in show business. They're like rabbits on a nighttime highway. Bright lights blind them. The bright lights of Hollywood blind most parents. And my advice would be for people to just keep their kids out of show business altogether, because it just destroys lives. You have there's no reality base for these children whatsoever.
What will you do? What will make Jay North happy?
I can go on with my life now, but I can't forget the pain of those years. I mean, you can't forget it. But I think now I can go on with my life, and I can find a happy life, because I'm not a slave to Hollywood anymore. I'm not a slave to my aunt and uncle, and I'm not a slave to the public. I don't owe anybody a damn thing. I just have to concentrate on making myself happy now. I gave those people years of happiness. I gave my childhood to make them happy, and now I want to concentrate on making myself happy now, and to hell with everybody else.
Jay North didn't lose everything from his childhood. One upside of Dennis the Menace was the money. His mother invested it wisely in real estate, and today, Jay lives off those investments. One final note, recently Jay got married to a woman from Yugoslavia. A few months ago, she watched an episode of Dennis the Menace for the very first time. She fell asleep.